What is going on, BlissfulBash MTG? Ignore the mustache. It is a turnaround thing we got going on at the refinery. Anyways, I'm just making this short little video clip. Down below in the description box, there is a link to the lotuscards.com to where you can use the code at the end of your orders, BlissfulBash, BlissfulBash. All the information will be down below in the description box, along with a lot of other affiliate link stuff in the Facebook group and Patreon. But down below, be sure to go visit thelotuscards.com and you can save 10% on your entire order, and they already have stuff priced at TCG low or better. So be sure, go ahead, use that discount code and the link to thelotuscards.com, and be sure to smash this like button, comment on the video, subscribe if you haven't, and join the Facebook group. All right, without further ado, let's get into the video. Peace out.
Here it is, Bash fam. The completed version of the Gavi Cycling Commander deck. Top tier, top notch, bling de la bling. Gonna play it tonight at the draft, and I'm meeting a bunch of new friends for the first time ever. So it's gonna be great. This stuff on top does not matter. All right, let's turn this around. Okay, here we go. It is done, guys. We'll go through the lands quick, since we already know that for the most part what they all are. Here are our lands. Let's let her focus in here. Let's let her focus in here. There we go. Here we go. Riverglad Pathway, Temple of Epiphany, City of Boreas, Drifting Meadows, Cycling Lands, Cavern of Souls, Ancient Tombskis, Desert of the True. Obviously, there's a ton of cards in here that you could still get the ultimate versions of and whatnot. And we got our dual lands. Ridiculously expensive cards. Mystic Monastery, Reliquary Tower, Remote Isle, Ash Barrens, Command Tower, Desert of the Fervent, more cycling lands. Then we get into our beautiful Expo lands. Gorgeous. These were a little bit difficult actually to acquire, but we got them. Arid Mesa, all the fetchies. This is my favorite land of the whole deck. Hollowed Fountain Expo. It's the most gorgeous land out there. Steam Vents. Then we got our basics. I think there's one more in here that's pretty dang good. I believe it's a Triumph Skis. Whoop. And the basic, and there was the Triumph, yes. Raging Triumph. And then a couple more cycle lands. Bada bing, bada boom. There's a lot of synergy in here with the cycle. That's actually pretty fun. We'll go with the top half here. Obviously, Gavi is the commander. We got a ton of ramp in here to get her out lickety split. Get that cycle ramp going. Jason Mind Sculptor, one of the, if not the most useful, best planeswalkers in the game. Arguably one of the best. The Royal Scions, underwhelming with the -8, but it's useful for what I have going on with this drawing and discarding and a bunch of synergy that way. So it's good for this deck, and it's only a 3-drop, and you get 5, which is nice. Dak Faden, Mythic Edition, gorgeous. Target player draws 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Its +1 is easy. I also like the aspect of gaining control of target artifacts, because everyone's using artifacts in Commander. So I think this card's a little undervalued in my opinion. And you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more permanents, gain control of those permanents. So not bad. Elspeth Knight Errant. I do like to try to create tokens because Phyrexian Altar is useful, and getting that stuff out, tokens and whatnot, and being able to sacrifice for mana and all kinds of other stuff, sacrificing tokens for whatever it may be needed for in this deck is pretty useful. Target creatures get +3/+3 and gains flying until end of turn is alright. You get an emblem with artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and lands you control have indestructible. Not bad. This guy is pretty dirty for this deck. Mythic Edition Tezzeret, the Seeker. Untap up to 2 target artifacts. You know I got Grim Monolith in here, Mana Vault, you know, a ton of artifacts. So this would be great. Search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost extra or less and put it onto the battlefield. That is just stupid. I mean, you're talking Urza's Saga times 10. So anyways, artifacts you control become artifact creatures with base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. Its ultimate is not that great, so I'm just going to be +1 in it and -X in it all day long. Tameo, great. Tap target permanent. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It's nice. It is a 5 for 4. Kind of underwhelming on that aspect. Draw a card for each tap creature target player controls. This is pretty good for draw ramp for sure, especially if you're playing Commander. You're going to have a ton of enemies. It says for target players, so you get to choose, you know, somebody might have something that's just more tapped than somebody else. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size, and whenever a card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, you may return it to your hand. That's pretty good. It's just, you know, takes 4 turns to get to that -8. That's a little underwhelming with that, but I do like that you can draw a card for each tap creature, and you get a target and tap permanents, which is very useful. Dockside Distortionist, one of the power 9 for Commander, I'd say. This guy's not bad. Consecrated Sphinx, tons of draw ramp in here, and you'll see, there's a lot of tickers and stuff for drawing in here. This guy doesn't need to be in here, but gives me tokens. He's gorgeous. The card is beautiful. It's very aesthetic, and it made the cut. Cycling, Niv Mizzet, obviously great. Locust God, you know, whenever you draw a card, deal 1 damage to any target with Niv Mizzet. Locust, whenever you draw a card, creates, you know, I'm going to get a ton of tokens. It's going to be ridiculous with some of these. Solitude, obviously, is pretty decent. Doesn't need to be in this deck. There's other cards that I could probably put in it, but it made the cut for this go around. I'm going to leave it like this for a long time. Vizier of the Tumbling Sands, Surly Badgersaur. This guy is fantastic for this deck. Whenever you discard a creature card, put a +1/+1 on him. I'll be discarding tons of stuff. Whenever you discard a land card, create a treasure token. I have tons of cycling lands. Bada bing. And then whenever you discard a non-land card, fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Gorgeous. It is a 4-drop. Definitely made the cut. Cards like Butchered Truth, Textured Foil made the cut because of the ramp that I can get with this deck, and it would just be real fun to get this out on the board. Same with Textured Foil, Ulamog the Infinite Gyre made the cut just because of the ramp we can put out with this deck. This guy, part of the pre-con, I love it. We're gonna run it. Same with this and Sky Shark. We do have Curator of Mysteries. Cycling, this guy is like a 7-cent card, but whenever you cycle a card, you may pay 2. When you do, Savai Thundermane deals 2 damage to target creature and you gain 2 life. That's not a big deal with the mana ramp we can get out in this deck, and I'm cycling all day long. For super cheap, I could really do 10 damage, gain 10 life pretty easily, and that can really hurt somebody. Mox Diamond, here we go. From the vault, Mox Diamond, $800 card, 10% off. Low for TCG near mint is actually $869, so we'll give or take $790, $780. Fantastic card, absolutely gorgeous. Holy moly schmole. This card is fantastic. It's gorgeous, and I love it. Easily one of the best mana ramps out there. Abandoned Sarcophagus. You may cast spells that have cycling ability from your graveyard. If the card that has cycling ability will be put into the graveyard from anywhere and it wasn't cycled, exile it instead. That's nice. Basically gives me a double life on everything that I'm cycling. Chrome Mox, you know the deal. Extended Art, Jeweled Lotus, aka Commander Legends baby, not foil. Mana Crypt, part of the Power 9. This is like the Alpha Lotus, in my opinion, of Commander. Mana Crypt. Mana Vault is up there as well. Soul Ringy, my goodness. And the Grim Monolith, gorgeous. And then you got the Phyrexian Altar. This card with all of the damage in there. This is how it came out of the pack, which was upsetting. I never did try to get a replacement from Wizards because I'm already still waiting on other stuff from them. But this card goes off when you get tokens. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Aether Vial, disgusting little thing. Every beginning of your upkeep, you put a charge counter on Aether Vial. It's good short term. If for some reason the game is lasting a long time, this can get nasty, especially if you got the big stompy stuff. All right, Crucible of Worlds. Sensei's Divining Top. Raging, Force of Will, gorgeous. Cyclonic Rift, Neutralize. Fierce Guardianship. I'm talking a lot. My wife's rolling her eyes over here. I'm almost done. Zenith Flare. Oh, you were? Oh, okay. Draw 2 cards. Here we go. Look at this. This is like the epitome of beauty in a card. This is like the Scarlett Johansson of Magic the Gathering. It doesn't get much better than this, guys. And if I could frame this on the wall in my bedroom, I would, but my wife would kill me. Force of Negation. Mana Drain. Absolutely fantastic. Teferi's Protection, a.k.a. something out of a Lion King play. Gorgeous. Hadouken. This is pretty dang cool. Big fan of Street Fighter. Not a fan of Secret Lair, but I had to get it. There has been a couple of Secret Lairs that I've bought recently due to some of the crazy awesome arts that I just wanted to get. So yeah, that is in there. Crystalline Resonance. Whenever you cycle a card, you may have Crystalline Resonance become a copy of another target permanent until your next turn, except it has this ability. The thing about it is it can become a copy of another target permanent. So if we're doing Magic the Gathering wordplay here, that's anything on the board. So as much as we are cycling in this deck, this is going to be dirty. Urza Sogi. Yeah, gotta have it. That's a free Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Mana Vault. You know what I mean? This guy's Shiny Impetus. I'm goading somebody's awesome card, and we're gonna get some treasure tokens. Lightning Rift. This is fantastic. Whenever a player cycles a card, you may pay 1 if you do. Lightning Rift deals 2 damage to any target. I mean, we can really stack that up with the Savai Cat and really bounce some damage around the table. Ominous Seas. Doesn't need to be there. Do have it in here because of its cycling. But you remove 8, whenever you draw a card, put a 4-shadow counter on Ominous Seas. Remove 8 4-shadow counters from Ominous Seas, create an 8/8 blue Kraken creature token. There's going to be times where I'm drawing like 6-7 cards a turn, maybe even more. And we could really bust out a bunch of 8/8 blue Kraken creature tokens, and that could get really dirty too. Monologue Tax. This card's $4. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you create a treasure token. This card, I think, is worth some money. It's just a little under what do you call it? A downgrade from Smothering Tithe. But man, it's still pretty good. Because you're more than likely going to deal with somebody who's casting more than 1 spell a turn. Unless it's like a big spell, right? But you got a lot of chances there when you're playing Commander to get a nice amount of treasure tokens with that thing. Very cheap. I think it might go up in price. It is one of those Commander Legend Baldur cards. So, I don't know. I'd pick one up. I got the extended art from TCG for like $4. Rhystic Study, you gotta have it. Gotta have it. Part of the Power 9, in my opinion. And then you got Drake Heaven, tons of tokens, Tectonic Reformation. Here's another Power 9, baby. Smothering Tithe. Fantastic. Bribery, just to make things interesting. You can steal something from somebody's deck. Slice and Dice, Achroma's Vengeance, and a Security Net Supreme Verdict cannot be countered. Somebody's flipping the table. All right, guys, there you have it. That is the complete, souped up, decked out, beautiful side note of the Gabby Nest Warden Commander deck. Cycling, baby. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed. Peace out, Bash fam. Much love. Bye-bye.